Welcome to Mr. Martin's Microsoft Excel spreadsheet tutorial part 2. Now this part we're going to be looking more at how to make this look better, as well as we're going to add more information. Right now all we calculated was the perimeter and area of the top of this rectangular solid. What we're now going to do is we're going to expand our spreadsheet so that it actually calculates the perimeter and area of the top, the front, and the side of this rectangular solid, as well as the volume. First thing we're going to do is we're actually going to edit this picture. So we're going to just double click on the picture, and it's going to bring up our Microsoft Word picture editing window. We're going to click on it again, and we're just going to add a couple more text boxes. And what we're going to do is we're going to label each of these faces. So we're going to label this number 1. Make that a little bit bigger. We are going to do the same as last time. We're going to edit format our text box. We're going to make sure that it has no line and it is transparent. So that's number 1. We'll copy that, paste that over here. We'll change that to side 2. Oops. We're going to copy that and we're going to paste it over here to be side 3. Okay, that looks good. So again, we're going to close our picture. Yes. So our picture's been edited. We're going to do a couple more things with this picture. Again, what we're going to do is we're going to format it. We're going to get rid of the lines, and we're going to make our background transparent. And what that does is it gives us a little bit more leeway in where we rearrange our picture. So next, we're going to move all this information over here. So first off, we're going to move our results. So if you click on the cell and then click on the black corner, what you can do is you can move it to a different cell. So let's take our results. We're going to put our results over here. We're going to take our perimeter. Again, we're going to slide it over. Now we're going to have more than one perimeter now. We're going to have the perimeter of number 1, we're going to have the perimeter of number 2, and we're going to have the perimeter of number 3. So I'm just going to expand this down. So now we have 3 perimeters, and we can go in and label them perimeter 1, perimeter 2, and perimeter 3. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the areas, and then I'm going to modify the volume. Okay, so area, bring it down, expand it out, and it automatically fills that information in. Area 1, area 2, area 3. And finally, we're going to move our volume. Now, our formula for volume stays the same, so I can just move that entire thing down there. And B2 plus B3, so that would be our width and our height, or width and our length, I'm sorry. So that can be moved over to number 1. And as well, our area, that can be moved over to area 1. So what we're going to end up doing here is we're going to add a few more formulas to take care of the perimeter of 2 and 3 and the area of 2 and 3. So area of 2 is equal to, let's see, number 2, so we have our width times our height. So perimeter is equal to 2 times width plus 2 times height. Excellent. And perimeter 3 will be 2 times our height plus 2 times our length. So equals 2 times our length plus 2 times our height. Excellent. So now what we do is it's going to calculate the perimeter of each of these. Then we're going to do the same thing with our area. So area 2 will be width times height. So that will be equal to width times height. Whoops. Width times height. Enter. Area 3 will be equal to height times length. Or length times height, as the case may be. Length times height. So there we go. Now we have a set of formulas that will calculate the perimeter of 1, 2, and 3, as well as the areas of 1, 2, and 3, and the total volume of our rectangular solid. Now, the next thing I think I want to do is I want to make this look a little bit better. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my dimensions and measurements. I'm going to right-click. I'm going to go to Format Cells. So let's give these a little bit of color. So make dimensions and measurements. Format cells. Now you guys can get as colorful or creative as you want, but remember, you want to group things together with similar colors so that you can keep a good idea of what each thing stands for and how they should be grouped together. So what I've done is I've chosen a color scheme where my labels, top labels, are in dark, and then lighter, and then lighter still for our numbers. So for my results, let's go with the same blue. Format cells again. Okay. Format cells. And I believe it was that shade. We'll try that one. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now I think that looks a little bit clearer and we have a little bit more information. It's definitely much easier to read. Next thing we can do is we can also, if I highlight an entire section, when I go into my format cells, I can also add borders and outlines. So I can put outlines and lines on the inside. So okay. So now I have a nice little chart there. Got to be careful not to grab the picture when you're doing stuff. I'm going to highlight that. And again, we're going to format cells. We do the outline and the inside. Now here you can select just the center lines, the outer lines. You can do all kinds of selections. Your best bet here is to experiment with it. So here we go. Here's my final part, project 1. Now this is above and beyond what I've asked you to do. If you complete both these tutorials, this is the highest possible mark you can get for part 1. And later on, I don't expect you to get creative or decorative with all of your spreadsheets, but it does make them a lot easier to read. So again, I'm going to let you guys work on these. If you have any questions, put up your hand and I'll come over and talk to you. In the meantime, you can watch the tutorial again, and I'll be coming around and taking a look at what you're working on. Oh, before I go, don't forget, File, Save As, and in your case, you're going to want to make sure to put it in Network Places and save it on the F drive. And don't forget as well, let's put your name on this. So in my case, I would be Mr. Ted Martin, and we'll just say Project 1. Okay, so thank you very much. You guys have a good day, and good luck.